Well, the NASCAR Truck Series playoffs are about to get underway. Hey, it's just tomorrow. Welcome to the Inside Lane here on Sports 360 AZ. I'm your host, Devon Henry, and one of those playoffs drivers will join us right now to talk about moving into these very high-strung playoffs in the Truck Series. Joining us on the Inside Lane, he is the 2014 ARCA East Series Champion, the 2007 Indiana State Karting Champion, and the 6th seed in this year's NASCAR Gander RV and Outdoor Truck Series playoffs. The driver, the number 99 ThorSport Racing Ford F-150 from Louisville, Kentucky, it's Ben Rhodes. Ben, thanks for joining me, man.
A heck of an introduction. I've never had an introduction like that before. You need to be an announcer at a racetrack.
Hey, I'm trying my best. No, I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully you'll be getting some fun intros like that as soon as we're able to get the fans back at the racetrack a little bit more often. With the wins you're starting to rack up, I feel like it might start coming a little bit more naturally. But have you had a chance to breathe, you and your team? I mean, you guys are going back-to-back Thursdays. You guys are racing every week. This is a much more hectic schedule than we usually have with the Truck Series.
Yeah, I can tell you my crew members aren't. They're not sleeping or breathing or anything. The travel's been hectic for me, living in Louisville, Kentucky, and then flying to North Carolina to do some stuff with Ford Performance, and then going up to the race team in Sandusky, Ohio. You know, I've got like this triangle of travel that's keeping me pretty occupied, and the guys back at the shop are working their butts off right now just to get trucks to the racetrack. And we're running everything, not last minute, but you know, on schedule, but the schedule now is so tight that you just have these close windows that, you know, the day, 2 days before the race, you're just now getting the truck done. So, yeah, it's hectic right now, but I wouldn't have it any other way. We all do it because we love it. You know, there's times during the season that we aren't racing, and we're just wishing we were. So I'm glad. I'm happy.
Well, you and the guys at the shop seem to be doing pretty good work. A win at Darlington 2 weeks ago, third place finish last week at Richmond. You guys continue to just seem like the hottest team in the Truck Series right now, but how do you kind of take that momentum and try to keep that and hold on to that for the next 7 races heading to the championship?
Yeah, you know, it's definitely tough, but the momentum you gain from the wins and the good finishes it's not just about like mental and you know, like this mental momentum that you have and like this good spirit that it brings to the team. It really comes down to starting positions now. NASCAR has a new formula that comes out for this, you know, COVID-19 you know, racetrack strategy where we don't have qualifying or practice. So the way that they line up the field is simply by your fastest lap from the last race, where you finished, and your points. So momentum is real. It's bigger than ever. I mean, we're coming off of a third place finish, and I'm getting to start third now for the next race. Like, that's huge. So we got to keep doing everything we can to just keep, you know, racking the good finishes up so that we have good starting spots. And that's super important at places like Bristol, Talladega. I mean, all the tracks, really, because we need as many points as we can get right now to get to the next stage.
Well, winning at Darlington gave you the pole at Richmond. Did you end up getting a banner? Did they say this is a pole banner here now? Did you get a win banner and a pole banner?
No, I don't think so. But that's okay. You know, we're enjoying it while we can, because you never know when it could happen. We could get wrecked at the next race, and all of a sudden we're starting the back, and now we have to fight to get back up to the front. Once you're up there, it's easier now to stay up front than it has been in the past, which is good right now. It really is. It's all about consistency, and with this tight schedule and the new way that we're going to these races without practice, you know, having a reward like that is pretty nice.
Well, looking back at your win at Darlington, another place where you need no practice, no qualifying, a place where the Truck Series hasn't been in 10 years, you end up becoming the only Ford to win at Darlington in the Truck Series, and just such a legendary racetrack, the first and potentially the last time you'll ever race there in a truck. What was that track kind of like compared to your expectations beforehand, and then actually racing on that track at the track Too Tough to Tame?
Yeah, how about that? Pretty cool, huh? I can tell you, I never really thought that we would race at Darlington. I always wanted to, but I never thought, oh, we're going to take the trucks here, and it's going to be this year. Like, it just threw everybody for a loop, and I'm so excited that we get to race at Darlington and Richmond. I found those two tracks to be kind of the great equalizer. Nobody really had notes on them. Nobody had experience on them. And it just kind of, you know, it made it easier for my team to be fast, because I have a fairly young team, crew chief that's young, and a lot of guys that are still learning, and we're still building our notebook together. So when you go to a track that nobody has a notebook, well, it's an equalizer, and we performed very well at both of those tracks. And I'll tell you, Darlington is everything they say it is and more. It lives up to the hype 100%. I was a big doubter of it. I was like, what's so tough about this place? And let me tell you, it is tough. It's probably the toughest track we go to.
Talking to Ben Rhodes here on the inside lane, the ThorSport number 99 in the Truck Series. Now, I want to look at championship weekend. Probably my favorite part of last year's Lucas Oil 150 at Phoenix Raceway was when the track threw you a microphone and said, hey, go do a grid walk. That was just absolutely hilarious. How in the world did you get selected for this? And do you see a potential TV job in your future?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why they selected me for it.
I drive the number 99 Ford, but these guys drive other trucks.
I don't know how, but I absolutely loved it. I took it as an opportunity to try to embarrass my competitors on camera.
That was so cool to share that moment with Kyle Busch, my favorite owner. It's so cool to drive for him.
Did you practice that a lot? He practiced that a little bit.
Wait, what is this actually for?
I think it worked.
yeah, it worked, didn't it? Because literally just a couple weeks before that, the guys that I were interviewing were causing me to be in wrecks or racing me hard in ways that I didn't like. So I made sure to use that opportunity for everything it was worth.
Hopefully I'm 3 wide on the outside of you somewhat, and then you'll learn that.
Because I don't want you the inside, because then you'd squeeze me in the wall.
Yeah, I didn't mean to last week. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. Say good luck.
That was fun. Hopefully we'll be able to see you do that again. I do want to talk about kind of a passion project of yours. You've been working on a VW Beetle. I believe it's been for a while now, 1971. What's the plan here with this guy? What are you planning on doing with this? Because right now, the last time I've seen a picture on him on social media at least, it's still pretty bare bones.
Oh, yeah. I've been working on it since 1971, it feels like. I had these big, extraordinary plans when I first started, and I still do. And the plans actually expanded once I realized how much needed work. I got this car, and I thought, I'll strip it down, and we'll put, a custom suspension on it so I can raise it and lower it as I like. I have air ride on it right now. And but it turned into more and more work than I anticipated. So it's still pretty bare bones, but the chassis is almost back together. I pretty much built all the suspension components for it, and it's pretty darn custom. But life's changed a lot since I first started working on it in 2015. When I got the car at that time, I was only racing part-time. I had all the time in the world to work on it. So I made a ton of progress the first year. And then after that, I've been racing full-time since with ThorSport Racing. And I do what I can in the winter or whenever I can get time. But it just typically isn't enough. And then I've gotten married and got a house and all these different things have piled on since then. So I might be selling it soon. I don't know.
Oh, man. Come on. Got to have that project. So I've seen them kind of turn into rat rods. I've seen them swap the engine from one end to the other. I've seen people hanging up the engine. Like, are you going to try to keep this guy a little bit original? You already got the custom suspension in there and everything.
Yeah, I'm going to try to keep it somewhat original. I'm not looking to go completely rat rod style or nothing like that, although I might be now. Anybody that's ever worked on VW Bugs know that the heater channels on them, which is kind of like what I would consider the frame rails in a way, on the car, they provide a lot of structural integrity. They've been rusted out from the inside out, so I can't even put the body back on the chassis now without some major work being done to it. So it's either I do that or I find somebody that's done it before they have some experience that could probably show me the right way because it's pretty major, or I make it a rat rod, or I sell it. I've got a few options. I'm kind of at a crossroads at the moment, and once the season ends, I'll figure out what to do real quick.
Hey, well, hopefully we'll be able to see you finish up that project. I'd love to see it once it's done. I know that you're probably pretty busy. You got Bristol straight up tomorrow. It's coming pretty soon. So I want to wrap things up with you, but before we do, got to do a segment I do with every single driver. It's called Quick Time. I got some rapid fire questions for you. I'm looking for some answers in return. Some of these are factual. Some of these are just your opinion. You ready to set Quick Time?
All righty, let's do it.
All righty. What is your favorite track to race at regardless of the car?
Canadian Tire Motorsports Park.
Really? Why is that? Going road course on me.
Oh, yeah. I love road course. It's a good change of pace. And I had an absolute blast there with the Ford Mustangs and the IMSA GT4 Michelin Sports Series last year. And I thought it was so much fun. We led a bunch of laps and probably could have picked up the win. We had a little issue in a pit stop, and then the Truck Series is blast race there too. I just love that racetrack. It's so much fun.
Well, I do want to give you a little bit of history. We talked about Darlington. It was like a 10-year hiatus between the Truck Series last visit and this current visit that you won. Well, previously, the Truck Series had a 6-year hiatus before returning to Darlington in 2010. Kind of similar to what you guys did this year. The winner at Darlington that year also happened to win the championship. Do you want to take a wild guess at who that was in 2010?
Oh, man, I don't even know. It's so long ago. You got to remember, I'm like 12.
I know. But in 2010, Todd Bodine won at Darlington after a 6-year hiatus from the track and then went on to win the championship. So, I mean, it's only happened once, but the trucks have only made a re-debut once as well. So you got superstition on your side.
Wow, that's actually pretty dang cool. I'm feeling like this could be the year to get the championship too. I feel like this is I don't know, something about this year is making me feel really good about it.
Well, you're looking strong. You guys are flying high. Speaking of flying high, dang good transition, Devon. You're a big guy when it comes to aviation. Do you have like a bucket list aircraft that you would love to fly in that you haven't been able to yet?
I haven't been able to yet. I don't have a bucket list airplane, but I really want to do some aerobatics training. I really want to learn how to do that. And, I think that would be so much fun. It's on my bucket list. Not too far from where I live now, there's a guy up in Madison, Indiana, at an airport that I know does it. I just haven't given him a call yet to see if I could fly up there, meet him, and then hop in his airplane and have him teach me the ropes. But maybe one of these days, or heck, I know Carl Edwards is kind of on the same path. He's out of racing, but I talked to him about it, and he does that. He's got his own little aerobatic airplane, actually. So, we race car drivers all have the same interests.
Former driver of the 99. At the same time, might he teach you to do a backflip as well? I don't know.
Hey, anything that has excitement with it, I'm all for
it. Well, sounds good to me. Hey, last one for you. If you have the opportunity of racing for a championship in Phoenix on November 6th in the Lucas Oil 150, what do you think will be the biggest hurdle to overcome that weekend?
Ooh, I'm going to say the biggest hurdle is going to be track position, just for the simple fact that the restarts are insane. I mean, you look at how they redid the racetrack, and you're going 4 or 5 wide into turn 1 now on the restarts. You want to be up front and on the bottom as much as you can. You do not want to be in the middle, have bad track position, and get caught up in somebody's mess. Middle of 4 wide, a couple rows back. That's an absolute nightmare. So track position is going to be really important. Just keep your nose clean.
Well, Ben, pleasure talking to you, man. Hopefully we'll be able to see you here fighting for a championship on November 6th. Best of luck to you. And, of course, you're going to need some extra luck at Bristol, avoiding all the carnage as well. So best of luck tomorrow night as well.
Hey, thank you. We need all the luck we can get. I appreciate it.
That's Ben Rhodes here on the Inside Lane. Be sure to stay tuned to sports360az.com for all your info coming up NASCAR Championship Weekend.